At 96 years old, Ezra Yachin is more than a hero. He is a living testament to the power of faith and divine providence. Through his life, we are reminded that it is not by human strength alone that the Jewish people have survived, but through the guiding hand of God. After the tragic events of October 7, 2023, when darkness threatened to overwhelm the light, Ezra, at 95 years old, didn't hesitate to once again don his IDF uniform. He took to the front lines not with weapons, but with words of hope and faith, reminding soldiers that God has always been and continues to be their protector. Ezra's faith is unshakable. In an interview, he declared, "There is no nation in the world with heroes quite like the heroes of Israel. But even the greatest hero knows that without God, we are nothing. As long as I live, I'll live as a soldier for Israel and as a servant of God." Born in Palestine in 1928, Ezra's early life was steeped in hardship. As a young child, he and his family faced violent pogroms, but time and again, they were saved by what could only be described as miracles. One such moment came when an Arab mob gathered to attack their home, but just as they were about to break in, a rock was thrown through the window, only to bounce back and wound the attacker. The mob scattered, and Ezra's family was spared. Divine intervention was at play. From a young age, Ezra knew that God was guiding and protecting him. This belief was his anchor as he joined the Lehi organization at 15, fighting to establish a Jewish homeland in the face of overwhelming odds. We were just a small group of Jews against the British Empire and hostile Arab forces. It was God who gave us the strength and the courage to fight. Without his help, we wouldn't be here today. In 1948, during the War of Independence, Ezra faced one of his greatest tests of faith. Severely wounded by an explosion, shrapnel lodged in his skull, and he lost vision in his right eye. But even on the brink of death, Ezra felt the presence of God guiding him. "I was saved by a miracle," Ezra says. "I should not have survived." Today, as he speaks to the soldiers of Israel, Ezra carries with him the lessons of divine providence. His words remind them that the Jewish people have always been protected by a higher power, and that no matter the challenge, God is with them, guiding their steps. Ezra says the following: "God was with us then, and he is with us now. It's our faith in him that has brought us through impossible odds. The Jewish people live because of his protection, and we will continue to live, to fight, and to survive under his watchful eye." On Israel's 76th Independence Day, Ezra was one of 12 Israelis chosen to light a torch at the national ceremony on Mount Herzl. As he stood before the nation, he cried out, "The eternity of Israel will not lie." These words, rooted in faith, echo the promise that God made to the Jewish people, that no matter the trials, his protection is eternal. But Ezra's mission goes beyond the battlefield. He speaks to high school students, youth groups, and even retirees, sharing the stories of divine providence that have shaped his life. He wants the next generation to understand that the survival of the Jewish people has always been and will always be a testament to the God's love and protection. We must pass on this truth, Ezra tells them, that our victories, our survival, our very existence is not just because of our strength, but because of God's hand guiding us, protecting us. Ezra Yachin's life is a living miracle, a reminder that no matter how dark the world may seem, the light of God's providence shines bright. Through every war, every battle, every hardship, it is God who has carried the Jewish people forward. The Jewish people need every Jew and their good deeds, Ezra says, but above all, we need to remember that God is with us. He always has been, and he always will be. As long as Ezra Yachin stands, he will continue to inspire generations with his unwavering faith, his courage, and his reminder that the Jewish people do not stand alone. God is with them, and his protection is eternal. May Ezra Yachin continue his mission of spreading faith and hope for many years to come, lighting the way for the next generation as they can carry the torch of faith and resilience forward. If you were inspired by Ezra's story of faith and divine protection, please like, share, and subscribe. Help us spread these stories of miracles, resilience, and God's unwavering presence.